weird weather. So apparently it's like 65, but it just started raining. So this is my outfit. It's very fancy looking, but that's okay. And I'm gonna wear my rain boots. It'll be fine. And because my hair is so damaged, I can't brush it when it's wet because it just literally breaks off, like here. So I have to let it dry, but I don't have enough time. So I'm just gonna put it up in a messy bun, and then it's gonna be kind of messy. Cause like, I don't know if it's not gonna really do it, but yeah. So like a lot of the hairs come to right here, even though the length of my hair is this. So FYI, for anyone that wants to go platinum, silver, gray, blonde, like you see in models or pictures, I think a lot of that's photoshopped, and it destroyed my hair. So just a note, tale of caution, warning. Also, for anyone curious about the effects of the IUD, it says that you're gonna have spotting. I guess I thought spotting was like a little bit of blood every now and then. No, it's, for me at least, it's literally like I'm on the last day of my period every day. So, and I am cramping still, but it's like super mild cramping, like, and I know pain is relative, but to me, it's about a 1 with spikes to like 3 or 4. So like right now, I would say it's at a 3 because it's like more sharper pains, but like nothing unbearable. Like I would do anything with this kind of pain. So, and I'm like touching right here because that's where my pain is right now. So like, this is my belly button. And the whole apartment just moved. That was weird. It must be windy outside. I did see that a whole bunch of tornadoes did a lot of damage last night. I did see that before I went to sleep. One of the cities is Bowling Green, Kentucky, which, if you've been following me for years, I did work in Bowling Green, Kentucky for a few weeks. So, you know, when you see a place that you've been or you've spent, it's significant. I don't know, is a couple weeks significant? Who knows? But like, you've been there multiple times, and then you see something like that happen. It kind of just like makes you sad, like, you know, it hits you on a more personal level, even though like I don't live in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I haven't been there for years, but I hope the Corvette Museum's okay, and the yarn shop, and of course the dealership that I worked at. So it's sad. They've also been hit by a tornado before, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure I was there when there was a tornado, because it was, yeah, now it's all coming back to me. There was definitely a tornado there when I was there on Halloween. Anyway, I need to go. My friend's picking me up. We're going to a yarn store. It is so unbelievably windy here today. Pretty sure this is the storm cell of the tornadoes that touched down. I bought way more yarn than I had planned to. I also bought a lot of dim sum, so I'm just gonna show you what I got because I don't know. I like seeing what other people buy. First, let's talk food. So, if in Columbus there are a lot of like Asian grocery stores, and so I went to one today. My friend needed to get something, so I'm like, you know what, let me just get dim sum stuff. I grabbed these fried taro rolls, which are more of like a desserty thing. They're not dessert, but whoa. There, is that better? So we'll see how those are. And then I bought this, I think it's literally a block of radish cake. I love turnip cakes. They're one of my favorite things to get at a dim sum restaurant, and so here's some. I don't know how good it's gonna be. I also picked up chili garlic sauce. I don't really like spicy sauces, but I guess there's a standard dim sum like sauce recipes have this in it, so I picked that up. I also bought these chestnut flavored rice cakes. They're weird. I wouldn't buy them again. They're weird. They're weird. I like rice cakes, but the chestnut part is weird. I also grabbed steam bun with egg custard and coconut. So I like steam buns with egg custard, but I haven't had coconut in it. So I will grab these for dessert. These looked really good. They're Chinese brand biscuit with pork and scallion filling. That looks really yummy. And then I had to get scallion pancake. I love scallion pancakes. Oh, they're so yummy. And this one just looked really cool. And soup dumplings. I love soup dumplings. So these are kind of like my favorite things to get from a dim sum restaurant, as well as the Asian market, is soup dumplings, scallion pancakes, egg custard, and egg tarts, which they didn't have any. So I'm gonna make some of this today because I haven't had any food yet other than this weird thing. Now for the yarn, I went to Yarn Birds, which is one of the local yarn stores that is a truck. So she'll do open hours for the store, which is called The Nest, and it's on her like property. So you just have to, like, you can't just go whenever you want. There are certain times that it's open, but it's fantastic. You can also go on the truck as well. The main reason I went was to buy this. This is a waxed canvas bag by Magner from Athens, Georgia, and they have like field bag vibes. So I grabbed it and I love it. Both my friend and I got one. And what is a little bit different is that there is a zipper pocket in here, and you get 2 leather handles instead of the one. Here is the brand. And it looks like they were established in 2021. Sea Flyer canvas. Tex-Wax water repellent finish. Can't wait to use this. I also got a bag for my mom for Christmas, and it is by the brand Attenti. How cute is that with the llama alpacas? It's got a bunch of pockets on the outside, has this one strap here, and then on the inside it also has a bunch of pockets, and it's like a water resistant on the inside. So that is another gift for Christmas. And then we get to the damage of yarn. The first thing I saw when I walked in was these guys. So it's sock set. It's a faded sock set with a mini. And I fell in love, so I bought it. This is 29 bridges and the colorway is favorite sweatshirt. So you get 529 yards total, 218 in the large ones and then 92 in the mini. I'm gonna be able to make 2 whole socks out of this, and I am very excited. And I also grabbed this skein because I loved it so much. Also 29 bridges, and it is in the colorway Conch, and it is a sock, so 75-25. Like those speckles, so pretty. The big bulk of my purchase was a sweater quantity worth of this guy. So I grabbed 5 skeins of the Fiber Company Cumbria, and then a skein, and this is in the colorway Blencathra. This one is Buttermere, and this one is Saddleback Slate. And I'm going to make, you'll have seen the footage, but there is a cardigan, and I forget what it's called. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. And I'm gonna make it and literally copy the sample, which is very strange. I normally hate doing something exactly like the sample, but I loved it so much, so that's what I grabbed. I also got another sweater quantity's worth of this yarn, Vivid Wool, in the Vivid Zebra Fingering in the Dune colorway. And what I plan to do with this is a cropped sweatshirt, like a cropped long sleeve sweatshirt. The color isn't really showing up right. You're seeing it more gray. It's a taupey brown. Like it's definitely a brown. You're seeing it very gray. Oh well. So 3 of those. I don't have a pattern established. And then this, I just kept looking at it, so I decided I just needed to get it. I grabbed another 29 bridges Surrey silk and then a non-superwash sock. And this is the colorway Urban, and this is Storm. I just was drawn to this. And this is going to be an Everyday Slouchy Beanie by Tristan Molina of Dragon Horde Yarn. So everything was purchased with a purpose, which is what I'm trying to do these days. I haven't bought yarn in a while, other than the mystery mystery skeins that I get from the Yarnaceous yarns. So, oh, and everything was 20% off. So I spent a lot of money on yarn, but it could have been worse. And that was a really big reason why I went. So for the rest of the day, it is Saturday, I need to edit the vlog. I had planned to do it yesterday, but then I just like got a wave of sleepiness, and so I didn't. Also, side note, I think I tore my meniscus in my knee. I don't know if I've mentioned it other than in Vlogtober, but when I was training for my half marathon, sometime in like August or September, I really hurt my knee just running, and all of a sudden I stopped and it was just so much pain, and it's still there. Like, I'm still in pain, and yesterday and today has been not good. Like, my knee has been hurting a lot. And so I kind of just did a little bit of research on the fact that like I can walk, so, you know, nothing's broken, but it really hurts anytime I like slightly twist. Like, if I'm not at a straight angle with my knee, then it's like shooting pain. And a common thing is to have a torn meniscus. And also yesterday my kneecap was popping in and out every step I took. So I'm really thinking that that's what's wrong. But you're supposed to be able to heal from that without surgery. And at this point, it's been 4 months and I haven't really been working out. Like, I work out a little bit, but not anything extreme. And it's really because of the knee. Like, it's not because I don't want to, it's because my knee starts hurting. And you know what? Maybe that's why I'm in a lot of pain, is because I did do a lot of like knee, leg centric workouts at the beginning of the month. And I think that probably aggravated it. So whatever, you probably don't care that much, but you know, I don't have a doctor, so not really sure. I might use we have like these telehealth options through work. So I might just use that and just talk to someone and see what their suggestions are, because I don't want this to be expensive. And anytime health is involved in the United States, it's expensive, unfortunately. Every now and then, like I'll do something and I get a bill and it's like nothing. I'm like, what? I like this. Like, for example, the meds for the IUD cost me $1.40. The procedure itself, I'm pretty sure insurance covers all of it because it's birth control, but who knows? I might get a bill in 4 months for like $500 that I have to pay. That's kind of what happened with my tooth. I paid for the majority of it. Well, I paid for what they said I owed, which was around $400, $500. And then when I went to get, you know, just the normal checkup, they're like, oh, you have an outstanding bill. And I'm like, what? I already paid like almost $1,000 on this. And they're like, yeah, the insurance didn't cover a lot of it, so I had to pay another $200. So it's like, you know, that's a lot of money for literally something that I didn't really need to do. Basically one of my teeth were cracked, and because I already have the only tooth that I have a cavity in, that, you know, so there's a filling. The only tooth that has a filling is the one that's cracked. And so they're like, we're suggest doing this. So of course, you know, it's hard to say like, no, you know, it's your teeth. They're kind of like, if you mess them up once, you're kind of over. Like, they don't regrow. Your only option is fake teeth at that point. So, you know, I don't know, teeth is something that I have a hard time compromising on. Like, I'll just pay the money to do whatever it is that I need to do. Luckily, I haven't really needed a lot of things for my teeth. But anyway, this has been a long talking section. I haven't done a lot of these. Most of them are just like clips, but anyway, I'm gonna make some food and probably sit on the couch and knit and watch some Vlogmases. So one of my jobs at work is I handle catastrophe communications, and because of the tornadoes that happened, I almost fell because I put weight on my knee. Because of those tornadoes, we have to send out some communications to our agents about it. So I needed to pop onto my computer. It's actually a good thing that I wasn't like doing anything today, because, you know, I just didn't even think about it. So it is almost 5 o'clock. I haven't finished my Chernobyl episode yet, but I plan to clean in the kitchen after I'm done. Do you just have shows or movies that, or books that just like stick with you? Chernobyl's gonna be one of them. So I finished it 2 hours ago, and I've been watching just Vlogmases, and I'm just thinking about it. And just, okay, so the show's gonna, you know, dramatize things. But if you just look at it from facts, you've got this power plant that is in itself dangerous, right? I mean, a lot of things are dangerous. And you've got your, is it called third shift or second shift when it starts at like midnight, right? And, you know, in this instance, they were all super young, like 33, 25. And, you know, they don't, and maybe this isn't real, that they didn't know that they're going to do a safety test, but they're doing a safety test where some of the instructions are crossed out and some are, and you're like, which ones do we use? And you've never done this before, and your boss is there. They portray the boss as like a horrible person. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, right? How do we know? But I mean, anytime you're doing something that you don't know and it's really important and you have your boss breathing over your neck, it's kind of like when you're typing and someone's watching you. All of a sudden you can't spell, right? I see this all the time in my work, is that for whatever reason, you just struggle to type when everyone's watching you. And, you know, they don't have the full understanding of what they're doing because your government is hiding things and they're cutting corners. And you see this with everything, right? You cut corners to save money or save time, which is to save money, and it all goes to shit. Things go wrong. Why? Because you are cutting a corner. So, I don't know, I just think about that. This kid, this person at 25, well, you know, it's not just him, but there's quite a lot of people in that group that are all young, and their legacy is that they caused one of the worst human disasters ever that still is in effect, because in 2017 a new dome was put over Chernobyl, and it's gonna last for 100 years, and you're gonna have to do something else. Like, it says online that the cleanup will be done in 2080. So, you know, 100 years. Well, 96. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, yeah, I've just been sitting or standing thinking about that show. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend. If you don't have HBO Max, which is where it's on, rent it from your library if they have it. Like I said, my library did have it, and there was no wait for it since it's been out for 2 years. Man, it was really good. It was really good. I've texted all my friends. I'm like, guys, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I texted my parents. Hey, you guys should watch this. You would totally love it. So now I'm gonna go look and see if there are any fiction books that are around Chernobyl. Or like, you know, I feel like there'd be some YA historical fiction books about kids living in Pripyat. Probably. I feel like that. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. See if any of those exist. It's 1 o'clock and I just finished watching or catching up with all of the Homespun House Vlogmases. Look how poofy my hair is. That's ridiculous. It's like dead straw. This is what happens when I put it up in a bun when it is wet. So I could straighten it and fry it even more, or I can just leave it in this poofiness. So poofiness it is today. This is how disgusting my high-rise apartment window is because they didn't bother to clean the windows this year. Like, I can't even look out of them when the sun is shining. It's that dirty. Project that I want to make, and it involves cleaning off my counter of yarn, this board, and this book. So what I'm going to be doing is cutting the pages either, I think I'll cut them into strips and then again into squares. And I'm going to be gluing them in a wreath formation. And I think I'm going to cut out this or this and put it like offset to the side. I think the larger one is going to be too big, so I'll probably have to do the smaller one, which is just too bad since that one's red. Yeah, I don't remember if the original came in like more colors than just red. I feel like it did. I thought it was green and red, but unfortunately the special edition is only in red, and that is all I could find at the half-price books that I went to. I did not want to pay full price for this book since I was going to be destroying it, and I figured I would just buy it used because really, that's what if you're going to do crafts like this, you should just, you know, buy used. So it was about half price from the full price. That is a great sentence, Stephanie. Oh my God. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I need to find my glue gun. Fingers crossed I actually have glue for it. I thought I had glue, but then also I thought I didn't have glue. So we'll see. So first off, clean the counter and then start working on this guy. So I'm not sure what size to make them. I cut up a few strips that are 2 lengths of this, which I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it is yeah, it's like a little bit less than 2 inches because I don't think this is 1 inch. But anyway, so I did, here I could measure it. Okay, so yeah, it is. It's a 2 by 2 inch squares. So we'll see if that is the right size. I probably should have only cut 1 strip, but anyway, so I've got that. I've ripped out a couple pages that have a lot of color, and then I ripped out a page that doesn't have a lot of color, and this is the one where I'll test out different sizes if I don't like the 2 by 2. And unfortunately, I am out of hot glue. So it is 8 o'clock, and I really wanted to get working on this because I need to pop this in the mail soon. So even though it's 8, I think I'm gonna go to Walmart because I feel like I'll be able to find the small glue at Walmart. And all the other craft stores are going to be closing in an hour, and I don't live near them. It takes me 15 minutes to get to them. It takes me 15 minutes to get to a Walmart, which isn't that far, but I used to live across the street from them, where I used to live. So, which you would have seen sometimes on my previous vlogs. When I would go running, you could see it. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I was thinking about doing all the cutting, but then I'm like, actually, I can't tell if this is going to be too big or too small. I don't think it'll be too small or too big. I think it'll end up being, if anything, too small. So we'll see. And basically what I'm doing is like, I'm going to use a pencil in the middle and then scrunch these up and glue them. So let's go to Walmart. Perfect timing. The person I went out to get the glue for, to do that, I got their Christmas card today. Funny story, I'm making a horrible face right here. And they were gonna use it. I told them they had to cut me out because it was awful. Yay! This is Petey, who I dog sit. Not anymore because they live too far away, but I've dog sat him a few times. Yay, Petey! Isn't he cute? Oh, and there she is as the Grinch. minus the fact that I had to go to Walmart and buy more tape, all in all, that took half an hour. And doesn't it look so cute? Kind of went a little bit too far here. I was thinking that I would do like here, 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 just to even it out, but no. What you should do is start on one end and just keep going and pre-cut everything and then group them by color. So you can kind of see I had more reds and then blacks. Then I had the little, those are the extras. These are the little reds that I was using to kind of fill out. But I'm thinking I'm kind of getting to the point where it's going to be overfill. So I think I'm done. That is so cute. So cute. So I'll just find a box and get that in the mail tomorrow. Okay, ignore the crazy hair, but I had one of the most scary things just happen to me, and I feel women say that a lot. Well, apart from being in a tornado, that might be the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. So I was going downstairs, or I went downstairs to mail my letters for Christmas. My Christmas letters. Oh my God. I'm like shaking. And on the way up, the elevator that I was in fell. Like, it fell. The elevator fell while I was in it. That was terrifying. It is terrifying. Like, I'm shaking still. That was so scary. So I called my apartment complex. They're not there. I don't know why they're not downstairs. They start the day at 8 o'clock and they're not there. They weren't there when I was there, like, mailing stuff. So I don't know. I'm going to call again in like 5 minutes. That'll be at 9 o'clock to try and get a hold of someone. And then if not, I'm going to call the emergency maintenance line because the elevator fell. It shouldn't do that. If they have cameras, they can see my immediate reaction was to grab the railing on the side and then like brace my knees. I don't know. I'm sure other people do this, but do you think about what you would do in a certain situation? Like, what would you do if there was a tornado, a fire, a gunman, a robbery, if there was someone in your house, if you were about to crash your car? Do you think about what you would do in those situations? I do. And I have thought about an elevator falling. And in my head, I'm like, you brace your knees and then just try to figure out when you get to the bottom and then jump. I don't know if that works. Or how am I going to know when I reach the bottom? Is the ticker at the top going to be like tick, 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 tick telling me? Or on it, maybe I should like do some math to figure out how fast it would take me to fall in an elevator from any particular floor. Also recognizing that there is a basement so that there is one floor further. But anyway, brace my knees. It didn't fall very far, like maybe a floor. Like it wasn't just like a bloop, like it was a fall. It wasn't just like a foot or two. It was a fall. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. Now I'm just like blabbering because that was really scary. But anyway, I like bolted out of that elevator. So it fell, stopped, made some noises, and the whole time I'm like, can I get, please let me out, elevator, please let me out. And so then it continued all the way up to my floor, which is the ninth. Like I'm pretty high up here. So then I'm like, okay, I get out. I'm like, okay, I want to go downstairs and tell them, but I don't want to ride the elevator right now. I'm going to take the stairs. But then I remembered they're not there. So I call, okay, see, right. I'm telling you the whole story again. Basically, that was really scary. That was really scary. And on top of it, free fall rides are not my favorite rides. I don't like those, like Cedar Point. I finally went on Power Tower. Did not like it. Did not enjoy it. I go on Tower of Terror at Disney, but that ride still freaks me out when I'm about to go on it. So, yeah. That was, okay. I need to work, but I can't. I don't have concentration. I'm like mile a minute. Like my heart is beating. Of course it's beating. Yeah, my heart rate is in the 80s and normally it's in the 60s. So like clearly that was quite a lot of adrenaline. Also my right hand is shaking. I should have just put my phone down. Okay, happy Vlogmas. Sarcastically, I almost died, but literally, I could have died in that elevator. They need to close it. They need to do an inspection. They also need to clean my windows. They're filthy.